We've got visible flame up here in this attic. I've got active popping and burning sounds from down here in the kitchen. You're hearing your tires and vehicle in the building. Come on, units in command, break, engine 6, you will have a hydrant right next to it.
Safety during these events is always our concern, so the Springdale Fire Department will provide the necessary safety equipment to complete this exam. The equipment used for this exam include helmet, gloves, and knee pads. All events will be completed while wearing appropriate safety gear and a 50-pound weight vest. We will begin this exam by first taking your basic vital signs, which include your pulse, respirations, and blood pressure. These will be recorded on your candidate checklist. After this is completed, you will be assigned a fitness coordinator who will fit you with a weight vest and the appropriate safety gear. The coordinator will escort you to event number 1, the blind tube crawl. The candidate will crawl through a 30-inch tube while wearing a blacked-out mask. The event will be considered completed when the candidate exits the other side of the tube and returns to the starting position. The candidate will fail if they, at any time, take off the blacked-out mask, refuse to complete the crawl, or refuse to enter the tube. Once this event is completed, the coordinator will direct you to event number 2, the aerial ladder climb. The coordinator, along with the personnel from the fire department, will assist you with donning a ladder belt and safety rope to complete this event. Fire department personnel will also be monitoring your progress in this event for your safety. After the completion of this event, the candidate will be allowed to rest for a maximum of 10 minutes before beginning the next phase of the exam. Once this rest period is over, the fitness coordinator will escort you to the beginning of the second phase of this exam. The second phase is timed. The candidate will have 8 minutes and 51 seconds to complete the following events. Event number 3, ladder removal. The candidate will unlock and remove a roof ladder from the wall brackets, place it on the floor, and then stand up. The candidate will then replace the roof ladder onto the wall brackets and lock the ladder in place. Once this is completed, the candidate will proceed to the next event. The candidate will fail the event if the ladder is not placed on the wall brackets or the candidate refuses to complete the event. Event number 4, the Kaiser sled. The candidate will walk to the Kaiser sled and strike the weight from one end to the other with the hammer provided. At no time will the candidate's arms be above their head. The candidate shall not strike and pull the weight in order to move the weight. An evaluator will notify the candidate when to stop and when the candidate may proceed to the next event. Event number 5, hose drag and pull. The candidate will proceed to the hose drag and hose pull. The candidate will pick up and secure an 1 3/4 hose themselves, drag it to and around an obstacle, and proceed to the second part of the event. At this point, the candidate will go to one knee or two and proceed to pull the first 50 feet of 1 3/4 hose 50 feet. The candidate will fail if they are not able to finish the event. Event number 6, the foam carry. The candidate will walk to the barrel, stand and remove the foam barrels using the handles on the barrel. Once the barrels are off the stand, the candidate must turn and walk 25 feet, turn and replace the barrels on the stand. The candidate must walk during this event. If the candidate knocks the stand over when trying to place the barrels on the stand, the candidate must stop and replace the stand. The event will be considered completed when both barrels are placed on the stand. The candidate will fail if they do not complete the event or if time runs out. Event number 7, the hydrant. The candidate will give one full turn of the hydrant wrench without using their elbows against their body or without walking around the hydrant. The candidate will receive one warning if they use their elbows against their body or if they travel outside the designated area. The candidate will fail if the candidate runs out of time, the candidate fails to give one full turn, or if the candidate exceeds one warning. Event number 8, the ladder extension. The candidate will raise the fly section of an extension ladder using a hand-over-hand method. The candidate will not be required to lock the ladder at the top. The candidate will not be allowed to lower the ladder until the ladder has been fully extended. The ladder must be lowered safely and without letting the halyard slip. The candidate will not be required to lock the ladder in its lowered position. Event number 9, the high-rise carry. The candidate will be required to climb 3 flights of stairs with a simulated high-rise pack weighing 45 pounds. The candidate must contact every step on the way up and on the way down. Once the candidate reaches the landing on the 3rd floor, the candidate must turn and climb down the stairs with the high-rise pack. The event will be considered completed when the candidate replaces the pack at the designated area. The candidate will be allowed only one warning for not touching every step. The candidate will be allowed a total of 2 warnings for this event. The candidate will fail if the candidate exceeds the total number of 2 warnings. Event number 10, the dummy drag. The candidate must drag a rescue mannequin weighing 175 pounds with both hands. The candidate must drag the dummy 45 feet, turn around and drag the dummy back. The dummy must not be picked up and carried. If the candidate falls down, they must get up within 20 seconds and continue the event. The candidate will fail if they exceed 2 warnings, if the candidate pauses for more than 20 seconds, or if the candidate runs out of time. After completion of this exam, the candidate will report to the staging area and remove all safety gear. Springdale Fire Department personnel will take your vital signs once more after you have completed these events and record them on your candidate checklist. Once this is done, the candidate should cool down and recuperate from these events.